I had a background that actually I'm very happy about it. But I mean, people find themselves in that background right now and they hate themselves. Yeah, at the moment you find yourselves in it, you probably don't, you're not happy about it. But I realized that life is a learning process, a learning curve for everybody. So wherever you find yourself, you should try and make better that environment, whatever it is, and look, have you know, have the need to want to do better or to grow. I grew up with a silver spoon. At some point, I lost the silver spoon. So I tasted both sides of the coin. You know, it's like I tasted the hard life and I tasted the good life. And that helped nurtured me and groomed me to become who I am. I can comfortably, in real life, act the role of a prince, at the same time, act the role of a pauper without much ado, very comfortably. And it helps me a lot. A whole lot of people see me and they get pretty shocked that, wow, like, oh, you mean you can speak Yoruba? Oh, you mean you can speak Igbo? And it throws them aback. I'm like, yes, and I'm very proud of it. A whole lot of us, the youngsters, are running away from their culture, the tradition, they can't identify. They don't understand it because it's that moment for them right now. It's when they get older, they'll be like, oh my God, it's such a rich, it's so rich. I feel so good when I speak our local dialect. It makes me feel like on top of the world. Yeah, it's usually a tough one being in our profession, I know that, but I give the kudos to my wife. She's the one that knows how to just hold on, you know, and just make it happen still. And I say that to a whole lot of women out there. My wife is not just an ordinary woman, she's a triple woman, you know. She's able to handle situations very, very well. And she's been there for me, you know, she's been there in my lows, in my downs, in everything. So the support she's given me, I don't think I've gotten it from anywhere else in the world. And that support is what has sustained my family, my children, my wife, and me all together. 17 years and counting in marriage, you know, and that's a lot. So that's a big thing for me and her. I don't know why that has become so much an issue on the press lately. It's not like they're dabbling into. One thing you must understand is that people are clamoring for change. People want a difference. And some of the reason why some of my colleagues are going there is to see if they can set a difference within the government sector. I mean, it's almost like the Nigerian people have been oppressed for too long. Economically, physically, mentally, we're being drained by the minutes, you know, being squeezed to our last minute. So people are beginning to see that, okay, we don't want to fight, we don't want to quarrel, so what can we then do? Hence, a whole lot of people are trying to, some of people, not just from my industry, virtually all the industry. I have people from banking sector going in, I have people from the oil sector going in, I have people from entrepreneur and everything going into politics. It's all because they want to see if they can make a change. So I don't know, I think maybe because our industry is just always up in front of the press, it seems like everything they do must go out, blah, blah, blah. But for me, I'm not, I think I like my life just being who I am. Politics, I'm not saying, I must never say never though, but I mean, but I don't have the heart to handle politics. In all honesty, they're not lazy. In all honesty, they're not lazy. And if you do find lazy ones, it's not their fault either. It's the fault of the system. And it saddens me, and like, as I've mentioned it so much now, it's like the youths have a lot to do, but we are not harnessing that with either the parents, the adults, either their supervisors, the lecturers, their leaders, the political leaders and all of that. They're not doing anything to assist to help them. Kids are growing up. You want to teach your kids how to learn ABC, to feed it himself, to learn how to walk. You pamper him, you try and go to school. You don't want to overexert him. You still want him to either be very strong or very good in his sports or something. You have to create activity for the boy to grow up and have and have a feeling of family or things around him. That's the same thing the government should do to the citizens and the people. These youths, even the academic work is all about theory. They don't even have any practicals. So they go to school and their brain is not constantly working. They're not physically working or doing anything. So definitely, if you're not doing what happens to your mind? Like the Bible said, it becomes the devil's workshop. The situation is not really encouraging. Nigerians can do very well. The human capital alone in Nigeria is humongous. Very intelligent, brilliant people. If we have structures in virtually all the industry, this will be a great country. It will be a great nation. It's only a great nation on the tongue of so many people all around all our people. Our country is this, our country is that, but you have nothing to show for it. You just can't be great by word of mouth. You have to have something to show. Our history is dead. We throw our history out the window. All the great minds that started Nigeria and then, did well for Nigeria, you can't find them anymore. You have to seek for them. We shot 76, the movie 76, which was a bit of a story on Murtala Muhammad, the assassination of Murtala Muhammad in 1976. And to get some of the footages of what really happened and transpired then, the live footages, we couldn't get them here in Nigeria. We had to go source them from the United States. And that saddens me. Our own history is out there in the hands of foreigners. And people are in arms of government and places that should be in charge of all of this and are doing virtually nothing. That would demoralize you. It was a long time ago. I was with some friends, friend of mine who just felt like she thought that my gestures and mannerisms were too artistically inclined and that I could be an actor. I thought against it. I said, not in Nigeria. I mean, maybe in Hollywood, but not here. And she said, no, you know what? Charity begins at home. You want to start something, start from where you are. And I felt like, yeah, that hit home when she said it. And then we went for an audition, and I got it just instantly. Living in Bondage is, it holds a record, which is was the first Nollywood film to be made. It has that record attached to it. And it was a very good story at the time of what was happening in our society. So it was a reflection, so people could identify with the story. Because yes, it was happening all around us at the time. And because it was also shot, indigenously and with our local dialects, the Igbo dialects, it spread like wildfire because people could easily identify with it and went as far as, people loved it, and those who couldn't understand it wanted it translated. So it's a story about, ritualing, how people use either their family or loved ones to make money, to enrich themselves. That was the story, basically.